Hello, everyone. So today we're going to go over the Release 4 highlights. So those highlights are going to include locating the Sage Intacct release notes, um, looking at the new Sage Intacct Time and Expense app, covering the AP Ledger report as far as their new filtering system, going over the Sage Intacct import services, and then their new update to the general ledger reports. To start, we're going to look at where you can find the release notes. So if you don't have your dashboard set up as your homepage, you could go to the homepage and click on release notes under the help and support. Otherwise, at the top right of your screen, you'll see help and support. And if you click on that button, it would give you like a drop down where you could go to the help center. And at the help center, you could view the release notes there. Going over the Time and Expense app. So this is a new app for the clients that are using Time and Expense. So with this, employee expense automation will now be available for both Apple and Android products. The purpose of this is to capture receipts, submit, and approve or decline reports from your device. And what this would do is give you faster reimbursements, improve accuracy, and enhance compliance and visibility, as well as just give you more flexibility of how you can easily assess those reports. Like I said before, you could download this from the Apple or Android store. As far as your login credential, those would be the same login that you would use for your normal Sage Intacct environment. So you would need to enter your company ID, your user ID, your password, and then select login. You would just create and submit expense reports as normal. You can also take pictures of the reports as the receipts as well. When you're ready to actually do an approval for the reports, you can select the expense reports on the side, and then that will give you admin rights to be able to approve or decline the expense report. Also, to keep note that you will need to have permissions in Sage Intacct on your user profile to be able to do this, and those roles and permission do transfer over from the live Intacct system to your mobile app. Actions required for the expense automation. So there is some configuration settings that you would need to do if you want to enable the electronic receipts inbound. And there's going to be a link on the release notes for you to be able to do that configuration. If you do need help, please submit a support ticket and then we could take a look at it together. The next thing that we want to go over is going to be the import service. So the new general company import process. With this process, you're going to be able to use Excel spreadsheets, and then you could use the multi-tab spreadsheets as well. With this new feature, you could skip calculation columns during the import. So if you're using 2 columns to calculate the final column, you could skip those 2 columns and it will only pick up the final amount that you want to bring in. There's going to be also a new feature that you can update IDs, and these updates for the IDs include classes, chart of accounts, and stat accounts. And with this, it will help you streamline data correction before importing. So as you can see on the screenshot, you'll be able to either create, update, or download the template, or you could use your personal Excel files. Next, we have the AP Ledger report. And what this would do is give you more flexible options on how to filter your data. So the new options allow you to choose multiple vendors instead of choosing a range, just a range like before. With this, you can have more accurate reporting and be able to report more efficiently. And that also saves the time to eliminate manual SL cleanup. The GL reports that have been updated allows you to see unposted journal entries. So this option allows you to include unposted entries for real-time financial views, improve transparency and speed up reconciliation, and support continuous close and advanced reporting compliance. As far as like the key benefits, so more financial visibility, faster reconciliation, support continuous close, and reporting compliance readiness. So next we're gonna have to demo um, the new features in Intacct. And before I begin the demo, so here's where you would go to find the release notes if you're using a dashboard. So you would click help and support at the top, go to help center, and then click on release notes. Here you'll see the release notes for 2025. And it's going to be broken out by module, so you can pick which ones that you're most interested in and be able to choose from there what you want to be able to discover. Financials are going to be broken up by the different modules. So if you want to look at a specific module, you can do that as well. So that's where we're going to go over the accounts payable AP ledger option. So let's look at our bills first. So as you can see, we have three bills for 2025. So we have ADP and we also have National Grid. So we want to take a look at those on the ledger using a new filtering process. So for the new process, you're going to click on the multiple vendors, select vendors, and then you can add the vendors from here. So we're going to add ADP, and you'll notice that it moves to the selected vendor box. And next we're going to add National Grid. You can still choose a range down here, but for right now, we just want to look at these two vendors. So next you're going to save. Then we're going to choose a location. For this one, I'm going to choose location 100, and then I'm going to view the data. So here you can see instead of pulling a range, it's just going to pull those two vendor records, and you can see the bills that I was able to pull using that feature. So next we're going to look at the general ledger. So we're going to go from general ledger all the way to general ledger reports. And we're going to take a look at the new posting feature. So it's going to be down here in this filter section. If you include these transactions by posted transactions only, it's going to work as the normal general ledger would in your system right now. So it's only going to post it's only going to show the posted transactions. You do have the option to either show all the unposted transactions only and then posted and unposted transactions. So first we'll look at the unposted transactions only. And here it gives you options of what type of unposted transaction you could choose from. So you have the option to choose draft, submitted, partially approved, or decline. partially approved will only submitted and partially approved as well as declined will only work if you have approvals in the system. If you don't, draft will be your only option to choose if you don't have approvals. So for this one, we'll look at draft and submitted. And then we'll view this. And I got an error just because I didn't add a location, so I'll go ahead and add one. So here it gives me the general ledger report that you would normally see, and then you'll see this transaction state displaying what type of entry this is. So this is a submitted entry, and then a draft entry, the same thing down here. And then if I take a look at the journal entries that were posted, I'll see that I only have one as a draft for the GJ. And then for the payroll journal, you'll see that I have one submitted and then one as a draft as well. So now if I want to see posted and unposted, I would just select this filter option, and I can leave these two as the same, and then I'll view the data from here. And as you can see, I have all the posted and then also have the unposted as well. And that's it for the demo.
Perfect. So we're now, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say hi, this is Teresa Lamb. I work with Josh on the team, and we did have a couple questions that came in on that GL report there. Can you still select other books? So if you're using user-defined books for allocations or any of those other books, can you still use those along with those unposted transactions as well?
Yes, you'll still be able to use those other books while doing the actual viewing of the report.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. And the other question that came in is, are those unposted transactions still, are those available in any other GL reports? And at this time, I can jump in and answer that one. At this time, it's just on that general ledger detail report, so it's not available on the trial balance report yet, but we are hopeful that with some great feedback from clients using this one and having those unposted transactions, that we'll see those added to future reports in future releases. So yeah, and that was all the questions that came in.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions and you didn't get the chance to ask in the QA portion, you're more than welcome to interact with any of the emails or reach out to Sage Intacct support and submit your questions. So if you want to go to the next slide, Josh. So before we wrap up today's session, I want to make sure you know where to turn if you want any additional help or have any follow-up questions. At DSD, we are here for you. You can reach out anytime via email at sageintacctsupport@dsdinc.com. And to break down the support options we offer, first, under SLA plan support, we can help you troubleshoot any closing issues you might encounter, share best practices guidance to keep your processes smooth, and facilitate engagement with Sage Intacct if you need extra help connecting with the software team. We also offer consulting services. So if you need help building or training on reports and dashboards, or our experts are available. We can provision a sandbox environment, letting you safely test changes or train your team. And of course, we're happy to assist with any custom needs or special requests. So whether it's troubleshooting, best practices, or more hands-on consulting, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our contact info is on the slide. So if you'd like to learn more, any about these options, please drop a note in the chat or send us an email, and we're here to help.